Right now on Denver 7 News at 6 a.m. from near 90s today to snow tomorrow. Colorado's weather taking us on a wild ride.
We're going to take a look at how much we could see in some neighborhoods, up to a foot in spots. Details in just a few minutes.
Before the snow hits, we're seeing high fire danger today. I'm Denver 7's Veronica Acosta. The new Colorado law passed to help our communities prepare for and recover from a disaster.
Plus, new predictions at the gas pump when experts say we could be paying $5 a gallon.
And driving a car not with your hands or feet, but with the power of your mind.
I did not think I would drive a car. It didn't cross my mind,
The new technology giving those with disabilities more independence. Wow.
Yeah, mind blown here at the possibilities, but a whole new world for him.
Amazing.
Yeah, good Thursday morning to you. I'm Brian Sanders.
And I'm Nicole Brady. Okay, so get ready.
Yeah.
Temperatures going to make a huge swing over the next 24 hours. Today is the Denver 7 Weather Action Day. Lisa, you're tracking the changes today. High fire danger before some snow.
Everybody take a breath, though. I think you're right. Yeah, it is going to be a pretty strong spring storm for us. Right now, low to mid 60s. Beautiful start to our Thursday morning. It is not going to look like this, especially by early Saturday morning. We have a little mix of sun and clouds. Winds so far at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Starting to see a few stronger gusts on the west side of town, Broomfield and up along 36. A recent wind gust near 30 miles per hour. We're going to see winds up to about 40, near 50 miles per hour this afternoon coming in out of the west. So that is going to push us well into the upper 80s to near 90 degrees this afternoon. Fire danger will be high today. The good news is behind all of this, we have a lot of rain and some snow on the way. In fact, we could see precipitation wise between the rain and the snow upwards of 1.5 to 2 inches by early Sunday. That's going to lead to some heavy areas of snow. I want to show you some of the alerts. We're going to detail these coming up here in a few minutes. Here in pink, we're under fire weather warnings. It covers the entire northern Front Range, most of Colorado. That gets replaced Friday by winter weather alerts. And again, I'll show you all of these coming up. I don't want to, again, freak you out, but take a look at some of these totals. They're going to be impressive, Jason. A lot, though, depends on when it switches, the ground temps, the snowfall rates. So spring storms are unfortunately really hard to predict when it comes to exact totals.
Yeah, we could have some winter driving conditions to the west and to the south at times overnight Friday. I want to take you here to I-70, I-25. Two different camera views. One, Air Tracker 7 over where they're picking up some of the cones coming off of I-25 to go east I-70. Well, they were. He stopped. He missed a cone. So he's got to go pick up that cone and continue. Take a look at the CDOT camera back over here. Now that looks like, yeah, they have started to pick up these cones again coming off of northbound I-25 to go east I-70. So traffic will start to ease up here on this transition. As you take a look at the map again, a lot of folks were trying to come off southbound I-25 and they're getting caught in the same traffic jam. So it will get better as now lanes are opening, which is going to help us out tremendously. So really no need as you're just going to be leaving the house here in just the next few minutes to use any kind of alternate route. No other big delays right now, including to or from the airport. Inside this airport for the security wait time, about 10 to 20 to 25 minutes right now.
As the fire danger ramps up again today, we are closely monitoring 3 fires burning across Colorado. Of course, crews are hoping the cold and moisture on the way will help battle the flames, but until then, the Plum Top fire burning near Pagosa Springs is still 0% contained this morning. It started Tuesday and has grown to 735 acres.
Meanwhile, in Teller County, crews are battling the High Park fire still near Cripple Creek, which is now 1,600 acres. The good news is crews are making progress. It is 87% contained. The newest fire is near the Great Sand Dunes National Park, which is 306 acres. It is 80% contained. Traffic into the park was closed for several hours yesterday. It has since reopened.
Let's get out to Denver 7's Veronica Acosta with how a new state law will prepare our communities to better respond and rebound from these fires.
Hundreds of people lost their homes in the Marshall Fire, and they're still struggling to rebuild. So the purpose of these measures is to help avoid that struggle for others as much as possible. Senate Bill 206, that's exactly what would help with this, and it helps on both sides of a disaster. It creates a special department within the governor's office to come up and coordinate a preparedness plan for something like a natural disaster. It also creates a fund to rebuild things like homes, businesses, or buildings for other groups that were lost to fires or other kinds of natural disasters as well. Now, grants and loans will be available, but the rebuilding, it has to be stronger and greener than it was before. Here's the bill's sponsor, Steve Fenberg of Boulder, after it was introduced.
But if they do want to rebuild, and we want to make it so that they can stay in their community if they'd like to, we also want to make sure they're rebuilding in a way that's climate smart, so that if and when another disaster like this happens, that they're actually building in a more resilient way.
Here's what the funds in this program will be able to be used for. Pay part of the cost to repair or rebuild a homeowner's home not fully covered by insurance, rebuild neighborhoods planned to resist the impacts of natural disasters, provide money to a business experiencing a loss or interruption of business because of needed repair. Now, the bill itself, it was signed into law yesterday on Tuesday, and per the bill, the state treasurer has to relocate $15 million to that fund. We're in Lakewood this morning. I'm Veronica Acosta, number 7.
All right, thank you, Veronica. Well, this doesn't impact home necessarily, but one of Colorado's most popular destinations after a wildfire and mudslides closed down the trail to Hanging Lake for nearly a year. The iconic landmark will reopen next month. The Forest Service gave us new videos and pictures of a temporary trail they built, which is expected to open June 25th. Work on restoring the permanent trail will begin later this summer. Reservations for Hanging Lake go on sale Monday.
This morning, Arapahoe County officials are looking for more possible victims of a former Centennial coach who is now accused of sexually assaulting a child. Police arrested Eric Oldham. He is the former owner and coach of A+ Athletics. The sheriff's office says a victim came forward last year reporting Oldham behaved inappropriately with an athlete. Today, the Colorado Commission of Indian Affairs is meeting to talk about school mascots. 12 schools are at risk of facing fines unless they change their mascot by June 1st. A state law took effect last year prohibiting schools from using Native American mascots unless they have permission from a tribe. The commission will also be voting on whether to add Thunderbirds to the list of banned mascots.
Well, much of your summer budget will likely be going towards gas. Here's a look at the average prices right now. According to AAA, Colorado has hit a new record of $4.14 a gallon. We are doing better than the national average of $4.59, though. Denver 7's Jessica Crawford joins us live this morning from the road. Interested to see how this will affect family road trips this summer. Jessica, experts warn we will continue to see prices go up.
Right. It's been a trend. We're just seeing prices increase and increase. Right now we are on the road, not for a summer road trip, but for people just making their way to work. And even for these closer trips, you can really start to feel that pain. They're saying $5 a gallon is what we could be seeing this summer. And that's really going to take a bite out of our budgets here in Colorado and across the country. Families on average will pay more than $5,000 for gas this year. That's compared to $2,800 last year. The high price is having an impact on your summer plans just before Memorial Day. And Gas Buddy's travel forecast out this morning, a third of families say that it has made planning more difficult, and a majority of Americans say they're just going to be taking 1 or 2 trips this summer. Unfortunately, again, prices not expected to come down anytime soon.
I'm afraid that, by and large, the high prices will probably stick around for a good majority of the summer. My concern is that hurricane season starts in a little over 2 weeks, and that could also cause some shutdowns in refining capacity at a time we can ill afford it.
So what can you do to save yourself some money at the pump? Well, experts say that really it can come down to the way that you drive. They say that steady acceleration, being cautious with your braking, that can help out your fuel economy by up to 25%. Even though, I do acknowledge gas has risen quite a bit, and that doing that sort of thing, while it could make an impact, it's probably not going to bring it down to those prices that we were seeing about a year ago. Another thing that they're saying is really try to cash in on those loyalty points. Anything helps at this point. Back to you, Brian and Nicole.
Yeah, those are the little steps you can take. How about the big leap here? Maybe high gas prices have you thinking of buying an electric vehicle. State officials say EVs are getting more affordable. More than 53,000 Coloradans are now driving electric vehicles. If you're still on the fence about it, there's a webinar tonight to help answer your questions.
Whether it be driving quality, financial incentives, charging, anything that you have questions on, you can come to the webinar and get this answered.
So the webinar will be live on the website driveelectriccolorado.org. It starts at 7:30 p.m. Our very own chief meteorologist Mike Nelson will be answering some questions. He drives an electric car. So does our traffic expert, Jason Luber, and you've been very pleased with it, right?
Oh, no, it's been great. It just hit 100,000 miles on the Chevy Volt, and it's been one of the best cars I've ever bought in my entire life. It's actually the second one I've had since 2014. You can see that we have the traffic lights not working right here on Hamden. This is the westbound traffic at I-25. That would be the southbound side of I-25 going that way. And so the lights are not cycling right here, and we are going to have some slight delays for you if you're going to be making your way on Hamden right at I-25.
All right, June 2nd, 1951, the last snow in Denver. So May 20th isn't crazy, is it? Maybe a little. Late Friday, early Saturday, this is what we're expecting. Temperatures down to near freezing early Saturday morning and snow. We're going to take a look at how much we could see in your neighborhood coming up here, you guys, in just a few minutes.
All eyes are also on your 401ks this morning after yesterday's huge stock sell-off. The advice from a financial expert as inflation weighs on the economy.
And a rocket launch today could help a local company carry astronauts to space, just like SpaceX does.